Hey, hey, what's going on? Oh man, you guys are quick. I just got started. I was getting all prepped and set up here. Man, you guys are quick. Haven't even pulled it for the haven't even pulled it for the links yet. That's funny. How's my Eto so cheap? She can get even cheaper. I have the Soul of Riches. It has to do with the cost equipment. I can show you right after. Give me a second. Dang, you guys are quick. Did I roll Sovereign? I do have another Sid. I started trading. I was able to trade some shiny units. So shiny Utah. Uta? Shiny Uta? Not Utah, Uta. Yeah. Alright, we'll see how this goes. This is gonna be fun. You're trying hard? It depends on the person, man. Everything depends on the person. Yeah, everything depends on the person. You have to trading is a two-way street, brother. You're gonna have to take some time to figure it out and work through it. What are you supposed to farm first in the game? Well, when you jump into the game, you could probably pick up some of the quests for like Dio and Poochie. They're at the end of the maps here. So Dio's over here. There's an Eisen quest. You could pick all those up and just kind of work your way through. I'll probably begin the review in about a few minutes from now. Just giving some time for some folks to show up. I do enjoy doing the reviews, game reviews. Eto's probably the first thing I recommend farming if you don't have Eto already. If you do, definitely just progress and grab the Ranger units and then roll on them during the 2x weekend. So, I do actually have all my talking points and stuff for the game review. So, I'm excited. It's going to be the first time I'll be doing this for a review. We did this for tier list. It had a lot of good feedback. So, this will be the first time for this game. I don't know what the audience will look like, but, you know, I had fun doing this for AV, the kind of tier list style, but this will be a review for the Roblox game. So we can have the conversation, talk about it. I think I have some good talking points, and then, yeah, Soul King is OP. Soul King's very OP in CC. In ACC, he's very good. Yeah, I can definitely jump on it, ACC at some point too later on, but I want to get the review, so we'll start in about 4 minutes. That good with you guys? Start in about 4 minutes. We'll do the review, have my talking points, and we can go over how it looks. So, some good stuff. Oh, Soul King. I'm sorry, you're talking about Soul King Eisen. Soul King's actually really good. He's talking about this one. Man, I thought about ACC for some reason. That's funny. Soul King's actually really good. He does take a little while to build up. He does take a little while to build up, but he is very strong. Yeah, this unit is very, very powerful. I think he's by far one of the best ranger units they have right now. He's very, very good. I do think he'll get better if they make any changes to him. I think the biggest change for him right now is going to be lowering the amount of time for seals. Yeah, the amount of time for seals. All right, I'll give it like 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna start just jumping straight into the review so we can do some talking points. Solo what raids? For like raids and stuff, I usually just use this team. Hey, what's going on, Gustavo? What's going on? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got the review all set up. I'm gonna try something a little different today. Try it out this way. See if I have a bit of fun with it. It might make it easier for me to upload it. So, kind of have a good idea of how I'm doing the format. So, I don't know, something new. Trying something new for content creation. Why both Eto and Dio? They don't. If for raids, if you're talking for raids, it's because she can snipe out other units. She can move really fast. Umbrella Fang just gives the 20% damage bonus, and then Dio's just good damage overall. But Gutaro does most of the work, or Gutaro does most of the work. But you can use a lot of different things, Escanor, but the real core is going to be your Blood Scythe. You need to get him from Infinite Castle. So, alright, let me fix this up so we just jump straight in. Window. Yeah, so we'll talk about it. So, all right, guys, welcome to the review. This is something fun that I'm trying out, so bear with me. We're gonna kick this off by talking about the game, just going over a bit about this update in particular and kind of the way forward of how I as a player see it, I as a content creator see it. So it'll be a good opportunity for you guys to bring up some conversation on some topics or concerns. I think it's a good opportunity to talk about it. So, go straight into it. Yep. So, in the fashion that I used to play around with AV tier lists, I was thinking, let me try to make a little fun format for myself to review things. So this really just talks about what the game is for some folks just tuning in. They're like, man, what is ARX or Anime Rangers? Who's it by? It just has some basic admin info here in front. Really for Robux, when you're talking about this type of game, right now you have 3x. I think the introduction of 3x is fine. You do have some auto trait rerolls, VIP and Shiny Hunter. Nothing game breaking. Maybe 3x is, a bit more on the fast side, but you can share with friends. Gamble, definitely a lot of gambling when it comes down to this game. So it's an idle RPG anime type genre with a lot of gambling. So a lot of gamba. So I think as of right now, it's next to none for actually pay to win elements, but next to none to light. So 3x, yeah, 3x is what it is. It is 3x. So it'll be a little faster. It is what it is. You either get it, you don't. It's not necessarily pay to win because it's only in some game modes as of right now. But I thought 3x was a good addition, especially for some of these game modes that they might plan on making a lot longer, like we saw. So pros of the game, just going forward, is it's easy to play. I think the 2x weekends for the gambling and the updates for different systems to come. So for Boss Studios, they do a good job when it comes down to adding these quality of life changes. So it's nice to see that with the new ownership we get some good benefits. Some cons we already saw early on that had to do with the early balancing reward systems. They really are trying to get an understanding of how to make the game economy healthy. What happened before with the previous owners, they really did a poor job, and that's why the game really died off. So Boss Studios woke up and was like, man, I'll eat this for breakfast, or they took it for a snack, and they picked it up and they just started reviving this thing. So it's interesting to see them play around with the game economy and try to balance it out. So for the rating of the game overall, like I'm doing all this straightforward, so this way there's not a lot of yap before it, but we're doing a 6.5 out of 10. Yep. So I do think the game's worth playing. Investing into it now is probably the best time, as it's in the starting of growing pains as it builds up into something probably a lot more popular once they pick it up. So as content gets added into the game, you'll be able to keep up with it, and it has the potential for some enjoyable strategy without the demand for a ton of manual gameplay. So I think it's a fun game. So we'll even go into a bit more details. So let's pull up Roblox real quick. And some talking points. Yeah, this is definitely a review video for it. Welcome if you guys are just tuning in. So some general thoughts for the opener, right? This is one of the first major events after the summer event. You have 1,000-Year Blood War. This update, like I said, we gave it a 6.5 out of 10. It could have been better. I think a lot of what happened in this update had to do with how they're managing resources. So they're definitely going through some form of identity crisis on how they want to manage things. So you have two routes really when you're running these lanes of how you play this game. You have how fast can I complete a stage, and then you have how long do I want the player to take on the stage. And most of the game has been up to the player. It's been up to the player to determine how fast they go based on the comp they create. So I think that's the better creative direction. Let the player dictate how fast they can go based on the comp they create. Your job is to put the obstacles and challenge. To time gate people into a manual 10 minutes, into a hard 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I think it's messed up. I don't think the game plays the same way or has the same feel unless you leave it open to the player to determine their team comp and see how fast you can clear these maps. That's where the fun comes in. There's no fun in building a team and you're like, man, it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes anyway, there's no point. And that is the issue with a lot of the current modes. So let's go into the new one. For 1,000-Year Blood War specifically, this event, I'll be honest, kind of sucks. It's boring. The most interesting game mode they have right now is Boss Attack, and even now they're kind of messing with it. So Boss Rush is quite boring. I don't think anyone has found this enjoyable. There's nothing challenging about it where the player has to think about the comp. There's just a bunch of extra paths for no reason. And it is what it is. Okay, we're not gonna glaze something that doesn't deserve to be glazed. Now, to be fair, the map looks good. I don't know about you guys, but let me put the quality up. Whenever it wants to. Why glaze when you can flame? That's funny. Quality doesn't want to go up. Manual. There we go. Great. So the actual map and everything about it looks really good. So kudos to their map maker. I think they're doing a good job. I do like the idea that, this is a map where we're going to earn Shinji. Shinji has the whole, sensory go nuts thing. Yeah, I think they did a good job with this map. I think they cooked. I think it's great to see the inverse of the actual map you were playing on before. This is just boring. This is just pointless. This part right here. There's no challenge on mobs. There's no reason for anyone else to pick another, like, to do anything else other than spam path. So that's what I think of the boss rush. It's quite boring. A big issue with this right now, it's time gated. So it doesn't matter how fast you think you can clear, how good your units are. Regardless of how much you invest into your units, you're going to finish it in X amount of time if your units are this strong. So everything can probably be like one shot by a level 50 unit. It's just a waste of time. There's nothing about this that is remotely interesting or satisfying about automating this. Compared to something like Infinite Tower, where, you know, it's funny, Eto solos it by herself, but it takes a while to figure out, oh, let me get a unit that has this amount of range, let me roll on it, let me make it this strong, and then you automate it. You're kind of satisfied. You're like, all right, cool. A lot of different modes like that. The other one is Boss Attack. I thought Boss Attack was probably one of their better unique takes on the game, where it really lets you build your team comp, use your team comp, and try to get the highest score possible. So that was a smart game mode. I say was because they made a little update with Gutaro today. If your issue was the unit's amount of damage, his damage is based on percent HP, they should have just nerfed the HP of Goku. Let's be real. If they nerfed the HP of Goku, straight up, you wouldn't have had this issue where people are getting 5 to 6 billion. It's like a few digit changes. They turned off his damage. That's what happened to Gutaro. So Gutaro is this guy, Blood Scythe, if you're wondering. You get him from the Infinite Tower. He has an insane ability. It's called Blood Rot. And his Blood Rot, at 4 stacks, instantly loses 20% of the current HP of the enemy. So because it's based on the enemy HP, they could have just nerfed the actual HP of the boss, and people wouldn't have had as high scores as they did. It's not really even bug abuse, let's be real. People were using Blood Scythe, duplicate with the souls that you gave them. You gave them the Fire Soul, increase the attack speed of the unit. People weren't bug abusing, they were spamming farm for their life because you let them. And you could have just changed the HP on Goku. So they got a little freaked out about it, made some changes. So let's move on. I don't think doing a 4-minute stage right now is going to be helpful, but that's what I thought of the actual boss rush. I do think boss attack has a lot more. So Gutaro is actually very solid, very strong unit. They just nerfed it only for one game mode, which was boss attack. For the update, you know, he really didn't need to. They could have just changed Goku's HP, and it would have been a lot better. He's definitely a solid unit, especially when it comes down to raids. So, let's see what else we have. So we talked about boss rush, and then summer update. So that was the other issue, was summer update. Summer update was pretty good for the first 2 weeks. It was good for the first 2 weeks because it let players build into different things. So you got to see a lot of players evolve the meta, have a lot of fun. You got to see Sovereign Naruto, Sovereign Sanji, people rolling on really weird units to try to get fast times. I think it was actually good. A lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people enjoyed the update. When Brandon said, hey, do you want another week of this? Everyone said yes. And it's not another week of a 4-minute event. They want the actual event that they voted for, which was the summer event. So they had an issue with clearing this way too fast. And I agree. If it's too fast, it's probably very wrong to finish this in 0 seconds. Makes 0 sense. However, the 30 seconds to 1 minute wasn't bad. If they had issues with the rewards, nerf the rewards. Something that stopped players from getting insanely fast times had to do with the mob density. So when the mobs would glitch and you would have 2 waves, I will tell you right now, the 2 waves slowed people down, and you would go from a 30-second run to like a minute 45. and all it took was 2 waves. Something like 2 waves slowed people enough that it was kind of rough for some folks, and they were like, "Man, we're trying to get, a minute 30. We're trying not to get a minute 30. Let's go for 30 seconds." So it was very funny to see them change it to a hard 3 minutes. You have to sit and watch. This punishes the player for being good. This system right now punishes the player for building out their team, farming units. You could just bring any trash and you could win this. So summer event, very, very good, and then it fell off hard. It fell off hard for the last week. I think it was a huge mistake by them creatively. So, like I said, a lot of the decisions they're making has to do with them balancing the in-game economy with what players enjoy and then how to make money. So, I can tell you some good ideas though for monetization that I think people would like if they are even gonna watch this review. So I thought Brandon did a good job with ads in the AFK chamber. I think everyone's gonna jump in the AFK chamber for your unit, but I think it's a genius idea. We can give a shout out for that. I thought ads in the AFK chamber was good. Whoever thought of that in the Boss Studios were cooking. Skins, you have skins, you could do different models, you have cosmetics, battle passes. I'll tell you right now, like, all of that are good ways to probably make income off this game and still build CCU. I do think something like expeditions would be crazy good for the game. So you could send out units to clear things offline, and it's based on your fastest speed. I really think that needs to happen for this type of game because it's about automating. And then you can add a game pass to then reapply your units so you could just collect big rewards. So they could put like a $10 to $20 game pass for automating expeditions, and people could just farm stuff. And you can monitor the rewards, change how you like it, but I think that would give players a little bit more incentive to collect all the units and still reap the rewards, right? And then those units you send out, they're not usable until you get them back from the expedition. So you have to think about it. Then we also have, PvP or their exclusive bosses attacks, so like, I think once PvP comes out, if they ever do drop PvP mode, I think it'll be a little fun. We'll see how everything works out. So, I think the game has a lot of creative potential to make money without hurting the player experience and let them enjoy having fun, gambling on different units. So, that's where I'm at. As of right now, 1000-year Blood War update 6.5. So I think that's good. If you're talking unit of the update, definitely unit of the update is Eisen. Eisen's insanely good. I do think part of the update was rushed because they want to feed content to players to make everyone happy. But they definitely compromised some quality on some units. Some units just fell through, like Yuhaba really fell through. It was not helpful at all. Eisen I thought was really well put together. He definitely had a lot of bugs when he dropped. He's better placed now. I think he still could be tweaked to be a little more fun and interesting because the game modes are not, going to be 4 to 5 minute game modes, so he can max out every time. So pretty interesting. So that's where we're at. 6.5 is what we give the update. I am excited for the next one. Don't know what it is yet. We'll see what they drop. I'm curious to see what kind of changes they'll make to the souls, the equipment, and we can talk more about that at the next review video for the next update. So anyway, if you guys liked this review, you want more of this stuff, especially during the live stream, smash that like button, hit that subscribe. Just let me know what you think in the comments down below. So appreciate you guys for tuning in for this review. Bye, YouTube. Alright, I think that's it. That was good. I'll just clip it and timestamp it, but that is the overall review video for the game right now for the 1000 Year Blood War update. What you guys think? Good? What do you think? W? Format's okay? Good, good. I'm glad you guys like it. I will be definitely segmenting it off, so this way it's like almost into a chapter format. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys tuning in and giving feedback. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll timestamp this stuff, obviously, once I clip it from Twitch and upload it. So it'll be fun. Do I think Bunny's a good trade for Aizen? I don't think you can trade Bunny for Aizen. I don't think Aizen's tradable. Oh, Golden Will. Bro, we gotta get Shiny Golden Will. Bunny for Sid? Oh, that could be, yeah, actually really good. Yeah, we did farm enough before they started making these changes. Hopefully they put in a good event though. Yeah. You know, I will say though, I've been having a lot of fun with the game, especially when it came down to the actual. Oh, let me put the content creator. There we go. Boom. It's Golden Will. Sometimes it shows the shiny model, but sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I'm about 4K right now. You know what, and I test for ALS too. I was really hoping to jump on, but I think they have this policy you can't do both right now. Or they don't want people to do both, so. It was hard to keep up with the ALS update schedule, I can't lie. There's sometimes it was just way too late at night. That's just being transparent. No shinies yet. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they have like hard recommendations too for folks, but is what it is. I mean, for them to have only 2 testers on during the update that they needed to probably sucked for them. Sovereign Bunny for Sid? I think that's a good deal for you if you really need the Sid. I mean, they're supposed to, but I don't necessarily know if they ever meet all of that. Oh man, this is a headache. Come on. I have been waiting on this guy for banner for a little bit, so I'm glad we got him. Dude, shiny hunting is... Oh, there he is. Look, you see, he didn't even populate shiny. He just popped up at the end. Limit breaks stay? Yes, limit breaks do stay. Alright, let's go normalize all these. It sucks because I do need a lot of traits, but keys are currently very difficult to come by. It kept duplicator? You can try it in a match. If it kept duplicator, that's huge. I didn't think traits transferred over. I don't know how it would. I do not have an extra SID to trade. I went through the hardship of yeah, no, it's not even close. It's not even close right now. It's not even close to what it was before. You can't even compare the two. It is most definitely like a night and day difference when it comes down to when it comes down to actually doing the summer event. Definitely not as rewarding as before. I don't think it's as fun, so sucks to see. It is what it is right now. I thought it was great. I thought it was great for 2 weeks. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone was really happy. I thought the community was like pretty excited. What am I summoning on? Oh, I finished summoning on the shiny golden will. Where's he at? So I needed to make a second one because the first one I had I didn't worry about stats, but now I need to worry about stats because he's a very good support. So I do want to. I'd like to try to get him O+. So he does have an Evo. It's probably better to save keys by rolling for O's and O+ than just O+ straight up. Probably much better. Yeah, I've got a bunch of characters I want to work on. I should have farmed a lot more stat keys, I think. I mean, we have time to farm raids and stuff. I think raids are in a good spot for them right now. Hopefully they don't jump through their hoops to nerf it. I think it'll be a very big mistake by the game. But raids I think are in a fine place right now because even if the boss spawns, you know, everyone's got to contribute together to kill it very quickly. So. Oh, so really cool today we got Soul of the Undying. Yeah, Soul of the Undying is pretty insane. This is the 1% drop soul. So pretty cool. This one is summon any dead allies with 25% of their max HP after they die. Has a 10-second cooldown. So I wonder if they survive for the next 10 seconds, can they just revive again? Like, can they just keep reviving? Because then they have the soul. The soul has a 10-second cooldown. They just revive one more time. And then we did get very lucky with Soul of Riches. This is extremely good. So this increases yen generation by 15% and reduces the unit cost by 30, plus another 30. You're looking at 60% cost reduction plus 15% yen generation. Yen generation is in your stats. Like, this is insane. 15% bonus to this is crazy. Like, you make more money. That is broken. Very good. Yeah, probably what I'll end up doing is just farming portals at this point. I think I'm very much done with the, how much do we have? Keys? 10 keys. Souls. So I buy out the boss rush shop every day that I can. As of right now, I buy it out every time. And then I did use all my gold reserves, so now I'm ending up to farm gold. Because I do buy this. I do spend the 2 million sometimes to buy those, and then you spend 4, that's 8 mil. Like, it is a hefty price to pay, but it's probably well worth it if you high roll like this. But it's all luck based, right? There's nothing else you can do. We didn't review the Soul system because I'm kind of giving them time to edit it, but personally, for me, not a fan. I think the mechanic is cool. I think it's great. I think this should not be at 8. I think this should be at infinite. I don't think I see a reason why they have to leave it at 8. But the mode in general sucks. This is by far one of their worst modes. So, do I plan on playing ink games? No, probably not. I jumped on to do the live review video, play a little bit of ARX, and then hop off for a bit. I didn't want to invest as much time. Just a real chill session today. Sov? Yeah, I think so. Sovereign's really good. Ink games hater for sure. Oh, I had a blast. Don't be that way, KO. I had a blast playing that game, you know that. We were cracking up. Right, it's capped at 8 when it's the only good way to get it, right? Everything else isn't realistic. The gold is not realistic. Sovereign's definitely, I think, Uta's best trait. I don't think the duplicate works with her anymore. So, I do think the next update will be good. That's why I said for my recommendation is stick around, play the game, farm it up, because I think it'll get better. I really do. It's Boss Studios. I think they'll add ads in the AFK chamber. Not even gonna lie, I really do think that'll show up, and I do think it'll end up being in a better spot. So they have a good opportunity right now to change things up and shake it up a bit and do a little better, but we'll see what they do. I do agree with nag blocks on the lobby though. The lobby sucks. I'm sorry, I do not like the lobby. Lobby is not great. Yeah, I saw his review video on the game, and he was talking about the lobby. I was like, man, he's right. The lobby does suck. It's not great. It's excessive. It's excessive. There's no need for it to be this large, honestly. It's kind of insane. Yeah, it's definitely not a necessity. Ant, poor ant. Easter egg. I don't know what this is. Is this the Easter event? Oh yeah, mobile players definitely suffering from this. 100%. But alright, that was it for ARX though. So if you guys are still tuning in, let's see, I don't know. Dude, I was working on trades today, I'll tell you right now. I was working on a lot of trades. Working our way up. Will they? Well, if they do, we could do a review of their update for sure. See how they're at. You got a free Uno. That's cool. Very nice. Eren Jaeger, Rumbling Titan. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do. You thought it looked good? I thought the maps looked good. I thought everything else looked kind of okay. Yeah. What's up, Blossom? What's going on? Oh, what does that mean? Value. Player level? Oh my god, 775? Floor 100. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you tuning in. I think this is good. This will conclude the stream for now. Probably have a fun session tomorrow. We'll see if AV updates. We try it out, see how it is. So, appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate the feedback on the review video. I'll definitely get to work on posting it. So, y'all have a blessed evening. Y'all take care now.